President of this meet, Professor Dr. Venkatrao, Vice Chancellor, NLSIU Bangalore. Distinguished Director of the Law School, Professor Dr. Sarfaraz Ahmed Khan, Dr. P.M. Nair, a very distinguished former IPS officer, and Dr. Ravi Kumar Jain, Colonel Bali, Dr. Srinivas, and Madam Dr. Anuradha, Associate Professor and Deputy Director of Symbiosis Law School. The parents, those who are present here, my dear students, boys and girls or girls and boys, distinguished members of the faculty, teaching staff, non-teaching staff, friends, ladies and gentlemen. A pleasant morning to you all. Every ceremonial occasion, this is called, of course, orientation program, requires a chief guest. So, the law school thought to give the designation to me as the chief guest. That's how I stand before you. To say my presence here is ceremonial. To address a distinguished gathering like this, consisting of eminent academicians, parents, and students, without there being a topic is a difficult task. But I must share with you to say that how lucky you are to get yourself educated an institution of excellence with all the modern facilities, equipment, and excellent faculty to teach you. Not that I intend to be autobiographical. I come from a neighboring village here, hardly maybe about another 30 kilometers from here. I studied under a single school teacher. To his credit, I must say that he taught us nothing bad. Whatever we have learned, but he never taught us anything bad. A village which is just about 50 miles from Hyderabad had no educational facilities. I'm talking about early 50s. And even our university education were under the trying circumstances. No doubt we had excellent faculty, very good teachers, particularly in arts, in political science and economics. We had very, very eminent and distinguished professors like Dr. Rashuddin Khan and Dr. Gautam Mathur, and equally distinguished professors in law. But the infrastructure, the library, the facilities were not of this order. in that context, I must congratulate you for getting and securing admission in your own right into an institution of this eminence. And I must congratulate your parents for taking the decision to support you, which is maybe difficult for some, may not be difficult for some, but it's quite an effort. But what are the goals? Your director was talking about what you are required to do when you are on the campus, when you are learning here. You must be clear about your goals. Whether you intend to practice the law, or whether you want to teach law, or whether you would like to join the corporate sector, and if you intend to practice on which side, which branch of the law you would like to practice, have focus. Please do not waste even a single minute of your invaluable time. At the same time, please do not forget that you live in a country which is basically unequal, with large disparity in income groups. Though we proclaim as one of our objectives is to assure equality, which we have to go a long way, please do not forget that such of those who could not reach here, not because they do not have the merit. They have not come here, they could not come along with you into an institution like this because of lack of equal opportunities. Every one of the achievers in whatever respective fields, we achieve by walking over the lesser privileged. That must be at the back of your mind. Therefore, rededicate yourself to the foundational values on which this great republic is built. The foundational values are liberty, equality, and fraternity, which seems to be somewhat at the receiving end. Organization of the society is always based on the law, and a continuous reorganization is also required to be based on law. Reorganization of the society in a way to consolidate or express solidarity on the basis of religion would be antithetical to the foundations of republic. These are the why I am talking about these values. After all, you are just entering into law. But these are the major challenges which you are going to encounter in your career and in your life, And unless you learn to be a responsible citizen of this great republic, you are not going to learn anything. Mere learning of law, since you have an excellent faculty to teach you, itself means nothing. You have to dedicate yourself to the cause and the service of the humanity and lesser privileged. Why after 70 years of republic, we are required to ponder over and think about the foundational values on which this republic is built. The notion, the idea of justice, the idea of equality, the idea of fraternity. Without fraternity, there is no liberty. And without liberty, there is no equality. All the three go hand in hand. Time has come, particularly for all of you, to think seriously about these concepts. Law you will learn. I have no doubt about it. You are in very safe hands. But learn the values. Justice according to law is good, but what exactly is the justice? How are you going to compete, balance the competing interests in the society? When you talk about development, think about displacement also. When you talk about GDP and progress, think about inequality. When you think about social justice, think about the deprived sections of the society. When you talk about democracy and political equality, think about all-pervading corruption in this society, which is eating into the very vitals of the democratic republic. This is the age, this is the time, and this is an opportunity to think about these issues and accordingly mold not only your career, but grow strong, add strength to yourself so that you will direct and provide a vision to the society. I wanted to be a teacher. I have even got myself admitted into MA Economics because teaching is my passion. But anyhow, destiny took me into law, then whatever we have achieved or not achieved, underachieved, whatever that chapter is over. If your director permits, sometime I would come and talk about law, interface between law and philosophy, law and economics, law and political science. Luckily for you, unlike what we have learned, you have interdisciplinary subjects here. Interdisciplinary subjects here. In fact, I wanted to suggest to your director to invite some of the sitting judges of the High Court, law officers, public prosecutors as guests, so that you will have interaction with them and know the practical aspects of the law. Jurisprudence, of course, you are going to learn here. Legal theory, you are going to learn here. But how to apply? Each case is a challenge. When you start interacting with the law, you know that each case is a challenge. Where lies the justice? What are the inputs that go into the task of finding the truth? One of the basic quality of practice of law is that quest for truth. I think some of you, I wanted to suggest, should start interning with the practicing lawyers, judges, and of course even the retired judges like me, because we are still, we don't keep quiet. We still start, we keep on doing something. Some of us are very much into the arbitrations, commercial arbitrations, where you will learn a lot of corporate law and commercial law and international trade, international contracts. And I also wanted to suggest to your director that you should devote some time where you go to the courts and watch what exactly it goes on, how it is, how the law is practiced. If you are not prepared for that, all of a sudden when you complete the law and when you intend to practice, it becomes a little difficult, because what you watch in movies, that thumping of dress and shouting and counter shouting and judge shouting at others and each lawyer shouting at the other, it doesn't happen like that in a court proceedings. You must go to the High Court and you must also go to the trial courts. This is one way of a live interaction between the learners and those who have learned something and practicing on that side. With these few observations, I thank the director for inviting me to be with you. I would love to interact with you, even one-to-one or in a group. And wait for an occasion so that we will talk more on some subjects. And the democracy and the Republican values are not founded and based on monologue. Somebody comes and talk something and he leaves, and I come and talk and leave. It's dialogue. That is what is interaction. That is the life of democracy. That's the life of learning process. All of you remember, even in your ancient learning, all Upanishads are in the form of question and answer. Prashnet, that is questioning. Why I am raising this issue is, Whenever the faculty members, distinguished members come and teach you, they are very experienced. They know the tools and they have the necessary equipment, craftsmanship to teach you. But if you have some doubt, please stand up and ask the teacher, "Sir, I have a doubt about it." Your doubt could be very fundamental. Your doubt even could extend to test the validity of the correctness of what is being taught to you or told. Because knowledge is infinite and it is nobody's property. Nobody can claim exclusive privilege to any source of knowledge. All of us learn through dialogue, learn through interaction. You are not committing any mistake if you stand up and interrupt your professor and ask him to explain. They would be very happy to do that, and you would be enhancing your skills and your knowledge. One day, I look forward, you will experiment with me in one of your classrooms where I come and say something and you test it and you raise the questions. I wait for that day. I look forward for that day, and my all best wishes for your happiness, for your learning, and for your health and well-being. Thank you. Thank you very much.